G'day, my name's Neen James and I'm an attention expert, and I'm always looking who is paying attention to their clients, customers, members, or maybe it is to the visitors of the Barre studio. That's right, Barre is an amazing workout, which I love. And Lauren Ziel is our guest today. Lauren is a Bucks County native. Lauren had the foresight to see this workshop, which she thought was a really fun and effective workout. That she got involved, did some research, and opened the very first Barre studio in Pennsylvania. She opened in Newtown and then later in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, which is, as you know, where I live. From the moment you enter the studio, you are greeted and the attention you get is phenomenal. Lauren decided to get very involved in the community. She's a teacher and a leader in Barre, but also in her Bucks County community. She's also the mother of 2 gorgeous children and shares her life with Dave and her puppy dog. Please join me in welcoming to us today, Lauren Ziel. Welcome, Lauren.
It means focusing on our clients. It means listening to them, seeing them, communicating with them, and letting them know that we recognize them, that they are seen. They're important. They're just as important as the work that we do, as the exercises, as everything else.
So what are some techniques that you and your instructors use to really see your clients? Because that's a phenomenal definition. I always say people want to be seen and they want to be heard.
Yeah.
And that's very much about attention. But what are the specific things you're asking your instructors, your reception team? What are you giving them tactics to do that?
We greet every single client who comes into the studio. And a very simple thing that it just gets overlooked in so many places, I think, is calling people by name.
Oh, I love that.
And a lot of people say to me, and I heard this one time somewhere, when people say, I'm bad with names, you're just not giving enough attention to remembering someone's name. So yes, does it take some time to remember? Do you forget some more than others? Yes, but you can learn people's names if you really want to. And I think that's such a basic thing, but I can't believe still how many people say to me, you know my name? Oh my gosh, you remember my name? And, just a simple gesture by saying someone's name, it instantly connects you to them.
Yeah, Dale Carnegie once said, a person's name is the sweetest sound. And that's so true.
Yeah.
So another thing that you do that I love before a class starts is every instructor wanders around and talks to everyone. Tell me more about that.
Yes. So, one of our mantras at Barre is make it your own and honor your body, honor your truth. Mm-hmm. And we want to enforce that. We want to teach everyone doesn't know what that means right away, right? And we want to have people acknowledge what's going on in their bodies and just having that interaction with us for 30 seconds, however quick it may be, right. It makes them have to talk about how they're feeling, how their body is, acknowledge it. And then it allows us to learn about them. And then it helps them go further in their practice and honor their body. And we help them honor their body and listen to their body and then allow them to make it their own. So it's such an important part of our class, of the whole environment.
I've also noticed that if someone was to share, for example, when I was having challenges with my shoulder, the instructor at the front of the room would say, if it was an above head exercise, they would say, and for some of you, if you have shoulder issues, do it here. So while they didn't actually specifically name that was one of my challenges, the recognition they had of the customization for in the room was because they were paying attention to those conversations. Right,
because we have, behind the scenes, we have guidelines on, we don't want to call someone out when we're all facing the mirror and say, Neen, I know your shoulder doesn't feel good, so you're going to want to bring your hands down, because we don't want to shame anybody, not to make people feel badly about, listen, we all have limitations, we all have roadblocks in different places in our bodies. We're human. That's what makes us wonderful. And so, it's those little reminders, and I use just eye contact, so I might say, if this bothers your shoulders, you might want to lower your hands, and I might make eye contact with you through the mirror as a reminder to you, like, don't forget, don't be a hero here. This hurts your shoulder, bring your arm down. So we praise people, in front of the group when it's awesome, when we're like, look at Neen, she's awesome. And we want to celebrate you in the room. But we never want to shame anybody and call someone out in a negative way.
There's so many powerful things in what you're saying. The shout out of using people's names when they come into the studio, the praise when they're in the actual room, and you give them that boost of confidence to keep going or hold a plank a little longer or stay in a position. For those people who don't know what Barre 3 is, I highly encourage you to Google it. There are multiple versions of Barre, but this is the one that I found not only works very intensely in your body, but for some reason, while I may curse quite frequently in the class itself and pull faces and make noises and breathe heavily, by the end of the class, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much like it's good for my soul. Mm-hmm. When you were attracted to Barre 3, what was it about this particular workout that appealed to you?
It's funny because my first interaction was through the computer. I mean, I started with online workouts.
Wow.
And to tell the truth, the reason I wanted to press play was because I was intrigued by Sadie Lincoln's message. I read about her and I read about her philosophies and her approach. Mm-hmm. And I instantly was connected. And I knew that I needed more than just exercise. I mean, you can exercise anywhere, right? You can go outside and run. You can ride a bike. You can run up and down your steps all day long and get a workout, right? And so I needed more than just exercise to motivate me to press play every day from my house. And her message about, look, we're all busy. If you only have a half hour, that's okay. You're not failing because you didn't do 60 minutes today. Right. And so I loved her, just accepting, saying it's okay, right? 10 minutes. If 10 minutes, like, it's okay. At the time my youngest daughter was only 3 years old, and I didn't have just an hour to just throw aside and go work out for me, right? So I love that she focused on allowing time for yourself, right? Taking care of you first, even if it was just 10 minutes. And, and she made it fun, and I love the connection to my body. So I love that I knew right from just through my computer, I was getting more out of it than just exercise.
Nice. I walked into the studio, I love the diversity of the guests. Yeah. I love that it didn't matter how skinny you were, how fat you were, how toned you were, how lazy you felt, it didn't matter whether you did your hair or you didn't do your hair. You could have a blowout if you wanted, or you could have had 3-day-old oily hair. Yes. And what's fascinating for people who don't know about Barre 3, there is a huge ass big mirror at the beginning that we all look towards. And so I found that it wasn't intimidating. Sometimes if you walk into a gym or a studio where everyone's beautiful and prissy and everything's perfect, that can be really intimidating. And so I love that it works for any shape. That we have some gentlemen that come in. We have all kinds of women at all kinds of ages, which I love. I love at college, when college is out, all the mums bring their kids. And you also provide daycare for that busy working mom or dad who needs some assistance so they can look after themselves. I wonder if you can share an experience where you might have had to refocus your attention on something very specific and it changed maybe the results you got or your bottom line even.
I would say, we went through a period, and we weren't failing in any way, but I knew we could do more with our new clients, and we call them new-ish clients. So people that have taken maybe 2 classes or 3 classes. So it's not just you greet that brand new person and they're off on their way and we just send them out and we never go back to them. So we had to kind of go and find those people. Like the first class, yes, we're doing a great job. Hi, oh my gosh, there's a green star next to your name. Welcome. We show you around. Where's the bathroom? Where's the locker room? Here's your towel. This is your instructor. But it was that person who was coming in for the second time. And we're good with names, but we're not that good. Time. We're still like, what's her name? What's her name? And so we created this little connection, more of a connection from the front desk to the instructor. So that we would go through our class list with our instructors and say, nice. Okay, okay, she's kind of new. She's only been to 2 classes, remember, and she's thinking about this, or, she just came from here. She just moved from whatever, or just a little bit of background. Right. Wow. And then the instructor would go in and this is my favorite, is seeing someone So not just the first time, like after you meet them and they say your name, of course, you know their name, but it's that second time. And I say, Neen, right? You just moved here. Oh my gosh, right? How was your first class?
Love.
Or like, how was your first class with Eleni? Did you feel good? Do you have any questions for me? And so I wanted to work on that because as a business, I don't want those people to feel like they disappeared into the crowds. Like we want to get them coming back. We want them to be there on the regular. So it was that second time that wowed them even more.
Right.
It wasn't just hello the first time. It was now the second time, the follow-up.
Right.
Really hitting home. So we pushed everybody, front desk and instructors, to get together and hand off, right? And reminders.
Nice.
So when the instructor comes over and says, oh, looking at the list, like, who don't I know? And then we talk to each other. She's kind of tall. She's got long hair. Okay. Oh, remember, this is only her second class. She was here on Monday. She loved it. Or she was here on Tuesday and she had problems with her knees. Okay. So, and that
awesome.
Instantly could see the changes and people were like, okay, I got to come back to this.
In the book, I talk about the difference between attention and attentiveness. So paying attention is very much in the moment. You have my attention, I'm listening. Yeah. But what you've established is a process for attentiveness, meaning it's beyond that moment. It's the other transactions. It's the other interactions, because attention is all about connection. One of the things you've done a brilliant job of doing, and we are going to interview Sadie Lincoln. She's coming into the book as well as on the video. And also, one of my favorite instructors and your studio manager for Doylestown, Eleni's going to be interviewed as well. What I'd be fascinated to know is, how have you paid attention to this community? Because interestingly, what I notice is when we go into the studio, sometimes it's the same group of us at the 9:30 Wednesday class, or we've been waitlisted because, for the class you teach, we know we have to book early because every space is going to be taken, and we cross our fingers to get off the wait list and get in the class. But I've noticed that there's some real regulars, and you've created this community. Can you talk to us about how you did that by paying attention to community? You've really grown a great brand in Bucks County.
You know what and this is my favorite part of the business, is our community. What I love, and just even my own personal experience, just even as the owner and being a part of it myself, because I consider myself a client, a part of the community too, right? I love being a grown-up and feeling and having that sense of belonging. I mean, we all kind of crave that through our lives, and it's icky when you're a teenager and it's just get nasty. I love that we've created this place. And it takes work because there's so much icky out there, and especially in the fitness world, there are so many stigmas. There is so much judgment. There is so much fear and intimidation and comparison. And so we have to break down a lot of barriers for a lot of people, and we invite them in and we crowd out the icky. So with our positive vibe and our non-judgment and our acceptance, we don't have to say you're not welcome here. If you come in with icky judgment and just looking at people, you're not going to feel the vibe. You're not going to catch. You're going to instantly feel out of place, right? Yeah. So creating this community, it's a safe place for people, and it's a place where it can be about them. Like they get to have girlfriends they can talk to, even for 10 minutes. So we bring people together, and because there's no judgments and stuff, someone that you would never even have crossed paths with or talked to is standing next to you at the bar. Yeah. And together you're talking about, I hope we're not doing carousel horse today. If she does,
yeah, that would be me saying.
So we all have this common, like, oh my gosh, I love this. So it brings us together on a common ground. But then, with anything, you get to know people, and now it flourishes and it becomes more of a friendship. And so we've connected people at the bar, and we introduce new people, and our clients welcome new people, and they say, is it your first class? Oh my gosh, you're going to love this, and just do what feels good. Don't worry about anybody else. And so we don't even have to do the job as much. Our clients are telling new clients,
that's true.
Here's the thing. Don't worry. Nobody's looking at you. You don't have to have any fear. And so I think that's what that people love, the workout, right? And the results and all that good stuff. But you also come back to that. It's a comfortable feeling. It's a happy feeling. It's safe. And you feel like you belong, right? You're like, I'm in this cool crowd of people, because it's a rad group of people.
It really is.
It's fun to be a part of. And if we were to go back 20 years, 30 years in everybody's lives, you know how it would go. People wouldn't even be talking to each other. So that's what I love. Is I love that all the boundaries come down and truly it's a safe place and a place you belong. I tell everybody, I feel like I was never in a sorority in college. And I said, I feel like I'm in a sorority. I have all these friends and there's always someone to talk to. There's always someone that will listen. There's always someone to make you laugh.
That's true.
And it keeps it fun. It's the connection to other people that a lot, as you grow up, as you become an adult, you lose that. So
right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. When you think about some of the clients that you've worked with, the brands that you've been exposed to, who do you think does a really great job of paying attention? Are they individuals or companies that you think do a great job of paying attention?
I've thought about that. And, you go beyond the typical people, like you said, the companies that we all talk about. And then I started to wonder, am I thinking about customer service or am I thinking about attention? And as far as like in my world and companies I deal with, and I deal with a lot of clothing brands, right? Because we sell activewear in the studios. I think Beyond Yoga does a wonderful job in paying attention to women and what women look like, what their bodies are like, how we're all very different. And they pay attention and they recognize it. So it all goes together. And I think that's really cool. We all don't look the same. You can look at one fitness catalog and everybody's a size 0 and they have 6 packs.
They look like this. Yeah.
And they can lift their foot behind their head, right? Right? And then their friend can stand on their shoulders and do a back bend, right? And you're like, if I wear that bra, you should try that sometime. If I wear that bra, am I going to be able to do that, right? Yeah. So, but then, you look at the Beyond Yoga catalog and nobody's doing any fancy tricks. And it's real women in real clothing with their
love that. Yeah.
And I admire that.
Yeah, I think that's true. And that's my favorite brand. Whenever you get those particular ones in, I buy every color.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I would really like to, I guess, ask you, because you are a very busy woman, like so many people who are reading this book and watching these videos. You stay connected to your girlfriends. You look after your family. You run multiple businesses. You take care of your health. What other tips would you like to share with us when it comes to truly paying attention, whether it's to yourself or the people that you love around you?
I would say that it's prioritizing and trying not to divide your attention in too many places. So, if you think about a bucket full of attention, right, the more buckets you pour it out into, there's less attention. Right. So it thins out and I'm not perfect. And this is what I have to work on all the time because, when I'm on my computer or I'm on the phone with Lenny or whoever, and my kids get home from school, Mom, can you sign this test? And did you hear about this? And then the dog wants to go out and then the house phone rings and, my husband's texting and I'm like, right. It has to be.
Everyone is relating to everything you just said.
Yes, this happens, right? And so it's like, okay, stop. What should I be focused on right now? Right. So what can wait?
That's a good question.
And so, and we've learned this we have Barre 3 summits every year with all the owners. It's fabulous. We get together for 3 days and the company brings in just experts in all areas of, and not just work business stuff, but life stuff, like how to help us manage our time. And we're learning every year. We learn because every year it's an issue for all of us. Is how to deal with your phone, your texts and your emails and the calls, and it's when that phone beeps and there's a text. Do I have to answer it right this second? Do I jump up at the sound of it and go, oh my gosh, wait, there's a text? And so that's something that I struggle with. But when I feel like I nailed it one day, I'm super proud of myself. I'm like, look at me go. And then who knows, the next day it all goes back to the way it was. But it's a practice. Honestly, it's a practice. And, and your kids, there are certain parts of your life that let you know that they're not getting enough attention, and
Sure.
you can see it.
Right.
And so unfortunately, sometimes it takes the to realize, like I need to go back. I'm out of focus here, and I need to pull it all back in. And it goes up and down, and some days you nail it, and some days you suck at it, and it's just the reality.
Right.
And sometimes you just need a break. I'm the worst at giving attention to myself, so that I'm always last. And here I preach to everybody: you can't pour from an empty cup. And I'm guilty of it. So I have to work on that too. It's always a work in progress.
It is amazing how our body tells us when it needs attention to.
Yes.
And often we go so hard and we run so fast, and we keep these lives that are so full by choice. We want to make the most of every moment, and we want to get everything, do everything, be everything to everyone. Mm-hmm. But the moment that we stop, our body gives us a sore throat, or we get a rash, or we get aches and pains, and it shows up in our skin and in our hair and our nails and our body. One of the things I love about the environment you've created at Bar 3, besides running, it is the only place where I literally go in, my phone goes in the locker, and for 1 hour, there is literally nothing on my mind work related. It's purely selfishly, or maybe it's self-full, about just spending time on myself, which I really love. I think that's really cool. Yeah. You have been an absolute delight to interview today. So I'm going to share some ideas with people about Bar 3, a phenomenal, phenomenal community that has been created by Sadie Lincoln. Lauren, thank you so much for making time today. I so appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Neen. This was fun.
I'm so glad you did enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.